Hello, I almost slid off the table. That's the second time I've almost done that with a knife. Hello, Beez Bladers. Welcome back and welcome newcomers to the channel. Listen, you're not going to believe what's in this box. It's not this knife. This one is one of the ones that I just reviewed from Remet, and it's awesome. I'll tell you more about that one here in just a second. I'm going to do a size comparison with this bad boy. I hope you're having a freaking fantastic day. Remet was on the live stream this past Friday night. And if you haven't, you have to subscribe and hit the notification bell and select all, because that's how you won't miss a Beez Blades live at the Hive. Oh, right. Because Remet was they gave one of these away at the live stream. And the one I'm getting ready to show you, we're giving that away next week, believe it or not. And oh my gosh, Remet, they're just everything they're doing is just crazy. This is the Remet Peregrine Falcon. Would you look at it? And wait until you see the blade. Oh my gosh, you're so gonna get why it got its name. This is titanium, and then up here, a little bit of flame anodized. Oh yeah, look at that. I mean, would you look at it? Just look at it. And by the way, this was not done with the knife. Side note, a little digression. When you get a replacement grease pan for your gas grill, and it's made from very thin stainless steel, you got to be careful, because, I use knives all the time and play with knives and sharpen knives, and then I end up getting cut with stainless steel that's not a knife. Anyway, whether you cared for that or not, there you go. It's just part of the thing. All right, so this is the Remet Peregrine Falcon. I'm calling it the Falcon for short. And are you noticing anything different about this knife? It is not, wait for it. It's not a frame lock. Wait for it. Wait a minute. What? Yeah, look at this. Oh, snap. Yeah. So before I go any further, it does have a very nice titanium back spacer and a place for a lanyard for all you lanyard lovers. And look how clean and crisp this thing is. Are you ready? I'm ready to see this blade. Oh, yes, there it is. Would you look at that? Oh, yes. I had someone say the other day, they were like, I wish I could be half as happy as you. Look, it's just, sorry, it's just the way I am. I'm not on drugs. I haven't drank caffeine. This is just, what you see is, or what you hear is what you get. Wow. Look at this beautiful blade. Oh my goodness. This fuller action and all these lines. This is a very nice looking Tonto blade. It is so crispy, and they have two different versions. Oh, by the way, if you're watching this, right when this video came out, this knife I have a $40 promo code for this bad boy. Just so you know. Remet, they dropped a $30 discount or promo code on the live stream. I mean, they're becoming a part of the knife community, and they're not stopping. So I'm telling you, watch out, because Remet is kicking some serious tail. Now I'm going to show you more about this button right here and how that works. But this bad boy, in case you're interested, from tip to tip, is 7.8 inches, 20 centimeters, and it's 4.4 inches closed. So it's not super long, not super short, it's just right. That's 11 centimeters. Your blade is 3.4 inches, 8.6 centimeters, and guess how much it weighs? It weighs 4.75 ounces, and that's 135 grams for all you folks in the metric system. But oh my gosh, it's beautiful. And the hand feel, let me back out a little bit. I'm just going to tell you right now, before I give you a size comparison so you know how big or small this knife is, the ergos, they're fantastic. Here's a look at your pocket clip, in case I didn't show you before, because I'm all over the place because I'm really excited about this knife. It is just so wicked looking. There's your pocket clip. Ooh, nice. It has just enough spring. It's not too strong. I'm liking that. Now, are you ready for this? Look at this. Swing. Oh, yes. Okay, so the reverse flick is awesome. And oh my goodness, look, this is just, so it has, what am I going to call this? I don't even know that it has a name. It has a pivot push button liner lock. Let me show you and it's a front flipper also. Let me show you what it looks like on the inside, because I know that's what you're all wanting to see. So when you push the pivot, look at that. Nice and distinct. Nice and crispy, and it has a good lockup too, just about 45% on your lockup, and smooth action, and it is the blade is centered, and oh my goodness, this is just such a sweet. It's not frunky or chunky or Frankie or Philly or I can't remember. I can't think of the word that I want to say. It doesn't feel cheap. It looks and feels equally as much. It feels as good as it looks. But let me give you a couple quick size comparisons, and I'll tell you a little bit more about this knife. Here's the Spyderco Shaman, and we're talking about a premium knife, so I'm going to show a couple premium knives. And here is a Spyderco Para 3. Would you just look at them? I mean, just look at them all together hanging out. This is very exciting. I'm just telling you right now. This is the CJRB Pyrite, and then here's the Civivi Elementum 2 button lock. So if you have one of these bad boys, it's bigger, it's thicker, it has a more robust handle. You see there? I mean, not by a lot, but it definitely feels more substantial in the hand. And don't you freaking worry, you know we got to get the QSP Penguin, baby. And then here is one of my favorites. This is the Wee Equivoc. So if you have any of these knives, that should give you an idea of what we're smelling, what we're stepping in. Smell what we're stepping in. My hand, let me back out here again. My hand's 4 inches from here to here, 3.5 from here to here, and from the bottom of my palm to the tip of my middle finger is 7.25. And let's see what it looks like in my hand. Get these other knives out of the way, and yeah, giving it a little bit of the bee squeeze. It feels really good. I mean, it feels exactly how you would expect it to feel. These edges right here are nicely chamfered. You could feel this edge right here and this edge right here, but I sincerely doubt anyone is going to be getting this knife if they're going to be opening bags of mulch or bags of concrete all day. But then again, you know, it all depends. Some folks, they're like, what? Look, I can't afford that knife. Look, I get it. I can't either. It was sent for me to check out, and I was not asked to do anything. It's always my opinion. I do not tell you anything. The companies never tell me what to say. I would not do a video if that was the case. I tell you how I feel about it. And listen, Friday nights, we do the 4-hour live stream when we give knives. Like, we're going to give one of these away next Friday, actually. But when we're on the live stream, you can ask questions about it. So I disassemble knives. We talk about knives. We do a pizza check. My wife, Mrs. Beez, comes down. She's a part of the live stream. We have a lot of fun. So if you have questions that I didn't answer during a video, that is when everybody comes and hangs out. From 8:15 to midnight on Friday nights, anytime during then, you can stop in and say hi. So let's check out this action. Listen. Here's some, sorry. Here's some acoustics. Are you seeing this blade staying in and not bouncing out? I got to bounce out there as soon as I said it because I held the button down. So it has very good blade retention. And look at this. You talk about a good detent. It has a solid, and I mean a solid detent. When I was flicking it, I had to put some little bit of force and get it out there with some authority. So it is not a weak detent. And however the inside of this pivot looks, which I haven't taken it apart yet, it feels very good. I mean, wow. And it is also a front flipper. Let's see. The front flipper, I wouldn't say that would be my favorite deployment with this because that jimping, if I was going to change something and nitpick something, I would say this jimping needs to be the little tiny micro jimping and a little more aggressive so it grabs the skin. My thumb wants to slide off of this jimping. So if you're a front flipper fan, yeah, you could do the roll around. And wow, that is so different using the pivot. I've only seen 1 or 2 other knives that have a pivot like that. And oh yeah, okay, see, you get a new knife, you learn how it acts. This one, I put my knuckle right up there on the flipper and I just go around like that. And I'm just kind of rolling. So if you roll your thumb around, yeah, it comes out nicely. I'm not a huge front flipper person, but oh my goodness. And the slow roll, you can open that real easy. And this is something that I appreciate, and you will appreciate, is the inside of this fuller right here. It's not sharp, but it's also not dull. Does that make any sense? It has just the right amount of grab on the inside here, so your finger doesn't slip off. So you can actually use that and not slip off. I appreciate that they knocked off the sharpness, but it still has the sharpness. Does that make any sense? Wow, this is a sweet knife. The Remet peregrine falcon. Oh, and this is why it got its name. So if you picture a peregrine falcon diving, and as far as I know, they can dive at over 200 miles an hour. This is what they look like when they're diving straight down. And I might have a picture I can put up here next to it, but that I could see why it got its name. It's very sleek, it's tucked in, and it's just a sweet looking knife. I like it so far. Yeah. Wow, just the acoustics alone are so cool. Not to mention, oh, and there's another version of this one. I'll probably have already put it on the screen, or I will now. There's another version, and that version looks like it might even be cooler looking than this. It has a darker handle, and it's also titanium. But here's a little look, just a little close texture vision. Look at that pivot. That is very cool. It's easy to press. From here to here, nothing happens. And then once you get on the inside, I'll show you. Once you get to this, once it's open, then it's solid. The button is solid. There's no play. Then it's all action. Yeah. And it's M390 blade steel, baby. So tell me what you think about, I'm calling it the Falcon. They're calling it the Peregrine Falcon. Well, that's too long of a name for me. I'm calling it the Falcon. Wow. This is very, oh, I'm just having too much fun on this video. That's just the way it goes. Here's the new one. And if you want to see this video, I will put a link up here in just a second where you can see the video on this one. This is the Remet Kingfisher. This is, oh my goodness. Whatever Remet is doing, they need to keep doing it because they're making some very cool looking stuff. And I think it'll be exciting to see what they do, you know, some different things besides the fancy flame anodized titanium, some other types of materials in here. Maybe get some with some micarta or go fancy with Timascus. And here's the thing, Remet, if you're listening, don't forget people that like these knives and can afford these knives. There's a ton of us who can afford budget knives. So budget versions of fancy ones like this, everyone will be salivating if you guys decide to do budget versions of these fancy knives. So there is the Remet Peregrine Falcon. I hope you enjoyed checking this out. I've been like all over the place, but I was like, I'm just going to open this thing up and have a lot of fun with it. Wow. All right. Tell me what you think about it. And until I see you again in the live streams or the chats, go watch this video. That's the one on the Kingfisher, and I'll see you in the chats, and I'll see you right after you hit the thumbs up button on this video. And remember, live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.